Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the Tuesday Night Racing League brought to you by Shoney's here in the Doghouse Racing League. Getting ready for race number 5 from Michigan International Speedway. Again, my name is Josh Hall. We're getting ready for some great action after the little break last week. Last week, being election week, we did not have a race, but glad to be back with you as we get ready for race number 5. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. And Jamie Horn still sits at the top of the leaderboard. Jonathan Jennings trying to chase him down. Eric Gorman, Jeremiah Stutzman, and Jonathan Smith round out your top 5. Christopher Simon up 2 spots into 6th. Mark Dumont in 7th. Jeffrey Engel, Kevin Brown, and Richard Leclerc round out your top 10 in points currently. I'll leave that up there for a moment to see where your favorite driver is in the point standings. As we have just a few more minutes left here in practice. Currently, fastest driver is Jonathan Jennings, but your points leader, Jamie Horn, is way down towards pit road, second fastest, and then the 6:27 of Adam Thompson is the third fastest driver out on the racetrack currently. Stephen Benamo and Christopher Simon round out your top 5. I thank everybody who's joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or over on Kick. We appreciate you tuning in and joining us here tonight. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. That little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. We got a minute left here in practice. Of course, last week's winner, Jonathan Jennings, just making his way out onto the racetrack. Currently the fastest car on the speedway. We know Jamie Horner, as well as a couple of the drivers, have had some speed in the last few weeks, and Jonathan really has his work cut out for him. Of course, we want to thank all of our great partners here that make this possible, including our series sponsor, Shoney's. Tuesday Night Racing League's proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Doghouse Racing League has a few other sponsors, including Group 6, Fanatics, Simpson Race Design, of course, the Tuesday Night Racing League, and the Doghouse Racing Series in general is a partner with Fanatics. They get commissions whenever you purchase through the link down below. They use the commissions to help fund the league. So check that out down below as the checkered flag flies here in practice, and we get ready for qualifying. Of course, both the Doghouse Racing League and Intensity Broadcasting is brought to you by the Butt Kicker. And Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. And I apologize, throat is a little hoarse today, having that great change of weather up here in New England. So don't mind me if I go quiet for a few moments, try to clear my throat. The drivers out on the racetrack, getting ready for qualifying. Taking a look at our weather here tonight. Humidity, 94%. That's why the track looks like the race looks like it's got a bit of a haze to it. It is foggy here today with that 94% humidity. 65 degree air temperature, 68 degree track temperature. So the track is going to have a ton of grip here. It's just going to be very humid. That air is going to be thick, and we'll be able to see that and just how much the draft is going to affect these cars here today. So our first driver that's going to come across the stripe will be the 98, our points leader, Jamie Horn coming off of turn number 4. Ooh, looks like he might have caught the wall just a little bit. Coming off of turn number 4 down across the stripe. And that's going to put Horn up onto the top spot currently. See if anybody's able to knock him off. And Jonathan Jennings will be the first one to do that. Mark Dumont just came across the stripe, as well as Gary Amio. See Michael Dow making his way off of turn number 4, coming down across the stripe. Dow's going to move up into the 8th position currently. Christopher Simon coming down across the stripe on his first of 2 laps. Simon's going to move up into 3rd as Jennings comes down off of turn number 4 across the stripe. And his second lap's going to be a little bit faster with that's going to be a little bit slower, excuse me, with a 38.59. Jamie Horn currently second fastest. Here comes Justin McMahon down across the stripe. McMahon's going to go 4th quickest on this qualifying attempt. Here comes Simon back down across the stripe. He is not able to improve his spot. He's going to currently be in that 3rd position. So here's Lucas Edwards in the National Guard machine coming through turns 3 and 4. Bring it down to the bottom of the racetrack here. He's going to stay up on the higher side here and stays in the 8th position. The Jeffrey Engel will bring that car all the way down towards the apron and across the stripe. Engel's going to move up into the 9th spot. Daniel Wilkerson across the stripe up into 10th. There comes the 8 of Steve Gerber down across the stripe. And Gerber's going to move up all the way up into the 5th spot. John Smith just crossing the stripe on his first of 2 laps. His first lap is going to be good enough for 15th. Here's the 6:27 of Adam Thompson. Coming down the backstretch, he was fast in practice. Let's see what he's able to do here in qualifying as he comes down through turns 3 and 4. And down to the stripe. And Thompson's going to be good enough for 2nd currently on the speed chart. So, got to split up Jennings and Horn up on the front row. Here's the 93 Kevin Powell, making his way off of turn number 4. See where he's going to slot in the mix here, coming down all the way down on the apron, trying to get down to that grass and across the stripe. He'll move up into 7th. We see Richard Leclerc out on the racetrack, only driver out on the racetrack left as qualifying expires, so he is not going to be able to set a time. And that's going to do it for us here in qualifying. Of course, if you'll notice, this track looks a little bit different than you're normally seeing here at Michigan. This is the Legacy Michigan track. So running a Gen 4 type league, you're going to have that old style racetrack. It's just kind of neat to see them running the vintage tracks. Let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight. And starting on the pole will be the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Adam Thompson will roll off from position number 2. And we'll find Jamie Horn and Christopher Simon back in row 2, with Justin McMahon and Steve Gerber rolling off in row number 3. Starting 7th will be Kevin Powell with Stephen Bonomo in the 9 machine, starting in 8th. Then John Smith, Bill Gentry back in row number 5. Mark Dumont rolls off from 11th with Mike Leftwich to the outside in 12th. 13th will be Lucas Edwards with Jeffrey Engel to his outside in 14th. 15th will be Daniel Wilkerson in the 28th with Kevin Brown in the 33 machine. followed by Michael Dow and Gary Amio. Back in row number 9. Chris Leftwich rolls off in 19th, and Jeremiah Stutzman to his outside. And then Eric Warman and Richard Leclerc will round out the field here tonight from Michigan Speedway. Just waiting for one more car to make his way out onto the racetrack, and then the pace car will get rolled. Of course, this being a legacy track, there is no official restart zone on the track, so just going over the driver's meeting, and there is a red line on the wall that is going to be the official restart zone. As the field makes their way out of the racetrack, and Jeremiah Stutzman looks like he's going to be starting from the pits here in his 87 machine. So, Jennings is going to lead the field around here on a foggy Tuesday night here in the Doghouse Racing League, Shoney's Tuesday Night Racing Series. Of course, I want to thank everybody who's tuning in here live tonight. We see all 12 of you. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, over on Kick, or Twitch. Don't forget that like button, follow, subscribe, hit that little notification bell. And we've got the chat open too, so if there's someone specific you are cheering for here tonight, drop a line here in the chat. We'll give you the shout out. Love to see the participation in the chat here. As the pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Hopefully we don't see the pace car crash like we saw on Sunday. That was a wild event during the Cup Series. The pace car peels off. Jonathan Jennings is going to come down to that red stripe on the wall, which will be the restart zone. There it is. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here from Michigan. Michigan, very unique track as well. Multiple grooves. We'll see drivers all the way from the wall, all the way down to the apron as they make their way down into turn number 1 already. Saw one car a little loose back there. That looked like the 8 of Steve Gerber. Almost got into, I believe that was John Smith. Gerber loses quite a bit of momentum as they make their way down the backstretch for the first time. It was not, it was Steve Bonomo that he almost got up into the side of. Meanwhile, we already have a side-by-side battle for second place as Jamie Horn's looking down to the inside of Adam Thompson as they come down across the stripe to start lap number 1. Jamie got to tuck right back in behind Thompson. They make their way down into turn number 1. Again, we're already seeing cars starting to spread out a little bit as they come through the corners, but right up against the wall as they come down the backstretch. And this being the old Michigan, you'll see these cars bouncing around quite a bit. That backstretch is very rough. It's really easy to actually get loose going down the straightaways here. Especially if somebody right there on the back bumper, like you see Justin McMahon sandwiched in between Jamie Horn and Kevin Powell as they come down into turn number 1. A little bit of a battle starting back here. So we got Chris Leftwich and Michael Dow battling it out side by side. Just in front of them, we see Kevin Brown. And that was Jeffrey Engel who went right around the 33. Engel now looking to improve his spot underneath the 114 as Justin McMahon having some issues. He was just right up front, running back in the 4th position. Now he's fallen all the way back to 14th. Not sure what happened to McMahon. Maybe we can see what happened. Oh, McMahon just gets up into the wall, makes some contact with the 93. Both drivers, wow, what a save for McMahon. Let's go back and watch that one again, because that 24 was out of control. You see the contact there with the 93? And almost completely sideways. Able to hold on to that car, but unfortunately losing a ton of time. And it looks like he's going to make his way down on the pit road. And yeah, you see a lot of damage to the left front of that, or right front of that car, excuse me, from the contact with the outside wall. To just over 3/4 of a second. Wow, Bill Gentry trying to make some moves here. He's right there on the back bumper of the 23 of John Smith, and he's got Lucas Edwards right behind as well. Damage to the front end of the floor. Let's take a look here. No, that's just the paint job on that car. I thought there was a little bit of damage, but no, it's just paint. Ooh, Jeffrey Engel really sideways off of turn number 2. What a save for the driver of the 89. He's going to lose a couple of positions here to O'Neill and Dow, but able to hold on to the race car. And we're going to see a lot of that here tonight. This track is incredibly slick. Like I mentioned before, it's an old Michigan track, so not the repave. So this track is very, very slick, especially in the cold conditions like we have here today. And the battle for second place is starting to heat up. As Jamie Horn is now right there on the back bumper of Adam Thompson. While those two start to battle it out, that's exactly what Jonathan Jennings wants to see. It's going to allow him to continue to stretch his legs. Right along here with Jamie Horn. Ooh, big wheel allow the 627. It's going to allow Horn to get the run up on the outside. Almost was able to get to the outside of Thompson. Now he's going to look down to the inside as they come down into turn number 3. Thompson going to fight back on that high side with the momentum. So Thompson really staying away from Jamie Horn coming down the straightaway. Try not to let the side draft get to him. But Jamie Horn going to muscle down into turn number 1 and take over that second position. Meanwhile, a little battle going back here. We see Lucas Edwards, John Smith, Bill Gentry. They come down the backstretch. Lucas Edwards looking for a way around that 23 machine. As all 3 drivers run the higher lane through turns 3 and 4. Trying to get some momentum down the front stretch. Towards turn number 1. So far we've seen a couple drivers get really loose and out of control, but we haven't seen any caution yet. Justin McMahon has made his way back out onto the racetrack, still has a lot of damage to the right front of that car. He's out here kind of hoping for a caution to come out, get that car fixed up. Maybe he can get a couple of his laps out. He's currently only scored 1 lap down. So if the caution was to come out, he would be able to get his lap back onto the lead lap and get his damage fixed. However, with the speed that we see just Jonathan Jennings, carrying right now, McMahon is in really possibility where he could lose another lap here, as Bill Gentry has lost a few positions here. Another issue where the so he just didn't get off the corner as well. Chris Leftwich, Kevin Brown, Mike Leftwich, sorry, Mike Leftwich also able to get around, as well as DC Daniel Wilkinson going around as well. Chris Leftwich looking to the outside of Kevin Brown as they come down across the stripe and towards turn number 1. Use that high line to his advantage with Brown down on the inside. Ooh, and Mike Leftwich right there in the picture as well. Brown thought about coming up in front of Leftwich, was not able to slide up the track. That's going to put Mike Leftwich to the outside of the 33 as they go down into turn number 3. Ooh, some contact between Brown and Leftwich. There might have been a little contact behind between Michael Dow and Daniel Wilkerson as well. You see the damage to the right front of Kevin Brown from that contact right there. Looks like Mike Leftwich has that same damage to that right front, so a couple of drivers having some issues here in the early running of the race. Not sure if that 6 has been up in the wall. That's where that damage came from. Or if it was contact with another driver. They are 3 wide right behind Daniel Wilkerson, Michael Dow, Mark Dumont. Try to make it 3 wide again as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Wilkerson up on that high lane, going to be able to clear the 114, but here he comes back down the backstretch with a big run towards turn number 3. Michael Dow trying to get a run here on Daniel Wilkerson as well. As Mark Dumont sets his sights on Mike Leftwich. It's a great battle here for, looks like 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. A little battle starting to heat up back here between Bill Gentry and Kevin Brown, as you see the 4 looking down to the inside. Oh, contact! That's going to send Brown up into the outside wall. Kevin Brown, though, able to hold on to that car. Does not lose, does not bring out a yellow, does not spin that car out. Great car control for the 33 as this battle back here is continuing on. Well, Brown's car looks hurt. You saw him kind of wiggling there off of turn number 2. And this pack right here is catching him pretty quickly. You see Duma hanging right there on the door of Mike Leftwich as they come down off of turn number 4. Jonathan Jennings has gotten his way around Justin McMahon to put him 2 laps down currently. As this battle continues, new face in the mix here as well. You see the 31 of Eric Norman joining this battle. Norman currently up 4 spots in 17th and looking for more. He's got this gaggle of cars right here in front of him. Mark Dumont and Daniel Wilkerson side by side battle for the 13th position. Wilkerson clears and gets sideways. What a save for Daniel Wilkerson. That car was gone. Somehow he was able to hold on to it. That's going to allow Michael Dow to get a run here on Mike Leftwich. So come down into turn off of turn number 4, down the front stretch towards turn number 1. Dow with that inside advantage. Well, it is a shorter way around the track. As we just saw, it's really easy to pinch that car down off the corner and lose the back end. Looks like he's going to be able to clear Mike Leftwich off of turn number 2 and take over the 14th position. Meanwhile, Jamie Horn is starting to pull away from Adam Thompson. That gap is now just over 0.8 of a second. And the gap up to Jonathan Jennings is 2.5 seconds, almost 3 seconds now to Jamie Horn, as Jonathan Jennings just pulling away from the rest of the field. We see Chris Leftwich starting to run down Luke Edwards for the 9th position. Here comes Leftwich down to the inside. He's going to take over that position as we see Steve Gerber, our first driver, making his way down on the pit road for service. Eric Warman, Michael Dow battling it out side by side. It's a battle for the 11th spot. As Warman able to make his way around and take over that position. It sounds like Jonathan Jennings makes his way down pit road. Sounds like Michael Dow will be pitting as well. Here comes Jonathan Jennings, Kevin Powell, Just McMahon, Bill Gentry, Daniel Wilkerson, Kevin Brown, Chris Leftwich on pit road as well. Here comes Michael Dow and the 114 as well. So everybody coming down the pit road here. It looks like Jamie Horn making his way down on the pit road right here. So isn't Thompson on the pit road. Christopher Simon's going to follow through as well. Stephen Bonomo, John Smith, Lucas Edwards. Eric Warman's going to stay out on the racetrack. Jeffrey Engel coming down pit road. Here comes Gary Mio as well. Stutzman looks like he's going to stay out on the racetrack. And that's going to cycle back around to Steve Gerber, who is the first driver to come down pit road. And looks like he's coming back down pit road. I believe he might have had a speeding penalty, and it looks like he might have sped yet again coming down on the pit road. We'll have to see if he's going to have to come down pit road again. I believe this is just a pass-through. Well, it looks like he's going to have to come down to a complete stop. You see Jeremiah Stutzman all the way on the bottom of the racetrack, and Eric Warman is your leader. Steve Gerber back out on the racetrack, so not really sure what happened. As now Eric Warman makes his way down onto pit road. Stutzman stays out on the racetrack. See how many more laps he goes before he makes his way down on the pit road. Sounds like he's starting to save some fuel. Right along here with Stutzman. Let's see if he shut that car off going down into the corner. Sure is trying to save as much of that fuel as he can. As far as lap times go, he's running about 2 seconds slower than second place Jonathan Jennings. So saving his fuel right now might be the play here. He can come down pit road, maybe gamble with just 2 tires, get back out there, try to make a run at the win. Meanwhile, on the racetrack, everybody else kind of just spreading out a little bit. See Stephen Bonomo running down the 23 of John Smith. Going to be a battle for the 8th position. Kevin Brown looking down underneath Mike Leftwich. Both those drivers have quite a bit of damage down right in front after making some contact area. So Tyler Millette in the chat says that he looks like he's going to win this. I want to give a shout out to all the members of DSR and Loud Pedal Racing. Hoping all are good finishes as we see Jeremiah Stutzman finally making his way down on the pit road. We'll watch this stop, see if it's 2 tires or 4 tires. Right sides are up on that car. Of course, he's not going to need quite as much fuel as everybody else. Nope, he's going to take 4 tires here, but pitting quite a bit later than everybody else. About 6 or 7 laps longer than Jonathan Jennings, Jamie Horn, Kevin Powell. So we'll have to see where he comes back out of the racetrack and if those fresher tires can help out there. And Tyler, it's good to hear you in the chat. Sorry you couldn't make the race here tonight, but glad you're able to tune in and cheer on your boys here. We are just about halfway through the race when they cross the line next time by. Stephen Bonomo still trying to run down this 23 of John Smith. Runs just a little bit lower, trying to get some air on the nose of that car. A little further back, we see Daniel Wilkerson and Eric Warman battling it out. Mike Leftwich right there in the picture as well. Wilkerson going to be able to go right on by the 31. Move him up into the 12th position. How about Chris Leftwich? Up 13 spots from where he started. Having a great run, just picking them off one by one. Has the long run speed, and that's something that normally Chris struggles with. Is really good on the short runs, usually struggles a little bit on the long runs, but tonight, making that long run speed work. Your leader, Jonathan Jennings, has almost a 5-second lead over second place Jamie Horn, as we are just past halfway here in the Doghouse Racing League Shoney's Tuesday Night Racing Series. Of course, as always, want to throw a huge shout out to all of our great partners here tonight that make this possible, including Shoney's. The Tuesday Night Racing League is proud to be brought to you by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations, try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, both the Doghouse Racing League and Fantastic Broadcasting League both are brought to you by Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out who's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, you can always check out our website over at intensityracing.com. If you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, get a quote today over at intensityracing.com. Of course, we also have Atman Lease's racing gear there as well. Some novelty t-shirts. Check it all out over at intensityracing.com. Of course, I also want to shout out Doghouse Racing League's website. If you're looking for news, stats, standings, driver info, check it all out over at doghouseracingligue.com. Links down below. As well as the link to Fanatics, which is the Doghouse Racing League's affiliate. If buying something from Fanatics, want to help support the league, check that link down below. Steve Bonoma finally is able to get side by side. Ooh, John Smith gets really loose there off of turn number 2. Cuts across the nose of Bonoma. He'll have to get out of the throttle to avoid spinning that 23 out. But he is right there on the back bumper of John Smith. Right along with Smith, you see right there off the back bumper. Best battle out on the racetrack currently is these two. Everybody else kind of spreading out. That's one thing that happens here at Michigan. We start to see the field spread out just a little bit. So take a look here from the iRacing blimp. Speaking of spreading out, this is the interval between first and second place. As you can see, Jennings coming off of turn number 2. See if we can even see the second place car in the frame. We cannot. There's second place just coming off of turn number 2 with Kevin Powell in third. Christopher Thompson and Adam Simon. And not really sure what happened to Adam Thompson. He was running top 3 most of the race. He's really fallen back. Looking at the pit time, he spent almost a second longer on pit road than Jonathan Jennings and Jamie Horn. Jamie Horn had an incredible pit time. So Jennings spent an entire 44.95 seconds on pit road. Jamie Horn and Kevin Powell both spent 43.3 and 43.9 respectively. And Christopher Simon was on pit road for 44 seconds and 44.12 seconds. And then Adam Thompson, a 45.98, almost 46 seconds on pit road. And that's total time on pit road from the time you enter pit road, make your pit stop, and leave pit road. So that is a big difference maker. See those pit lane times right there, just how much different that can make. The up and down on the right side there, that is the positions they've gained or lost since the race started, not on pit road. As Chris Leftwich back on pit road. Those are Mike Leftwich coming down pit road, so looks like it's going to be 2 stoppers for most of these drivers here tonight. I believe that's why Stutzman stayed out as long as he did tried to stretch it as long as he could to make that final pit stop just a little bit quicker. Here comes Leftwich off of pit road. Looked like a 4-tire stop for him, as well as Mike Leftwich also getting a 4-tire stop done here. He's going to be down and away. As Jennings trying to lap the 15th place driver, Steve Gerber. A little battle back here between Kevin Brown and Daniel Wilkerson. Taking a look down to the inside of Brown, just not able to make that happen as we see a pass out on the racetrack as Christopher Simon has gotten around Kevin Powell for the 3rd position. More drivers on pit road. Adam Thompson, Daniel Wilkerson coming down pit road here as well, coming down to his pit stall. And the 98 of Jamie Horn makes pit road along with Kevin Powell. So when is Jennings going to make his way down onto pit road? As he just comes off of turn number 2. Here comes Jonathan Jennings for his final pit stop. You see right behind him Steve Gerber coming down pit road as well. I believe Christopher Simon's coming down pit road here. Yes, he is. It's going to hand over the lead of the race to John Smith. Makes his way across the stripe as your leader. Lucas Edwards also coming down pit road along with Stephen Bonomo. Christopher Simon this time as well. Smith comes down across the stripe and continues the lead. When will the rest of the drivers come down pit road? We'll see Bonomo and Lucas Edwards just coming off pit road. Here comes Jeffrey Engel and Michael Dow off of pit road. Bill Gentry just making his way down on the pit road. Looks like Smith is going to stay out and lead another lap here. Coming across the stripe with just 15 laps to go. Does Smith think he has enough fuel to make it to the end? Has he saved any? Mark Dumont, your 2nd place driver, now coming down pit road. Jamie Horn, Jonathan Jennings run 2-3 right now with John Smith out in front by over 20 seconds. And Jennings getting ready to get into some lap traffic here. That could slow him down a little bit and give John Smith a little bit of breathing room if Smith is trying to run this final run out. Big slide off of turn number 2 for John Smith as he rockets down the backstretch. Still have not heard on the radio if and when he's going to make his way down pit road. Only 8 cars on the lead lap. And we see Lucas Edwards up to the high side. And John Smith does indeed make his way down pit road. That's going to give the lead of the race back to Jonathan Jennings. With quite a bit of lap traffic in front of him, can Jamie Horton use that to his advantage to run the 91 back down? The gap right now is 2.8 seconds. Horton really letting him hang out there through turns 1 and 2. And with 13 laps to go, is there enough time for Jamie Horton to try to run down that 91 machine? Battle starting to heat up here for the 12th position between Kevin Brown and Bill Gentry. And Luke Edwards gotten around John Smith. So John Smith back in the 9th position after trying to gamble there and lead some laps. Right where he started 9th, currently runs 9th. So a pretty consistent day for him here tonight. Chris Leftwich trying to run down Christopher Simon for a top 5 here. Already your biggest mover of the race, up 13 spots. Battle here between Michael Dow and Mike Leftwich. Jonathan Jennings trying to get around. He's going to go 3 wide to the inside of the 2-lap cars. He's going to put a lap down on both of them, as we have just 10 laps to go. It's been green flag racing since the drop of the flag. Had a few near moments there. Justin McMahon got really loose in front of the field, almost wrecked a few people, been able to hold on to it. Same with Daniel Wilkerson, got really loose off of turn number 2. Kevin Brown and I think it was Bill Gentry got into each other as well. Ooh, Mike Leftwich really loose there. Able to hold on to it, but he's going to lose a spot here to Jeffrey Engel. Really seeing how difficult this track can be. Meanwhile, side-by-side battle. Oh, another driver really sideways off of turn number 2. That was Lucas Edwards. Dirt tracking it off turn number 2 at 160, 170 miles an hour. And the speeds that these cars are carrying. We look at our leader, Jonathan Jennings here. Pop up that speed down in the bottom right corner. We'll see the speed that these drivers are able to carry down the front stretch and into turn number 1. 180. It's 190. Miles an hour down into turn number 1. That's why when these cars get a little sideways off the corner, it's exciting because of the speeds that they are carrying here with just 7 laps to go. John Smith and Lucas Edwards still trying to duke it out here for the 8th and 9th positions. Smith was able to get around Edwards and continues to pull away. You see Bill Gentry taking a look to the high side of Eric Warman. slide job there by Warman. This is right in front of the leader, Jennings, as well. Gentry takes a little move down to the inside here off of turn number 4. Rides right there in the tire tracks, and we come to 5 laps to go. Jennings' lead has been stably right around that 2.9 second mark. Unless something happens where these two spend a couple laps side by side, I don't see them slowing down. The 91 of Jonathan Jennings, as Christopher Simon's just gotten back around Kevin Powell. To move himself up into the 4th spot, Adam Thompson has pulled it back up into the 3rd position. Ooh, almost, I think there's some contact there between Thompson and the 114 of Mark Dupont. Thompson went way up the racetrack there, and the 114 was behind. See Gentry and 31. They're going to be 3 wide with Michael Dow on the low side. It's going to be a 3-way battle for 11th, 12th, and 13th, right around the leader, Stephen Unomo. Looking down to the inside of John Smith. Move Bunomo up into the 7th position. As Christopher Simon is chasing down our 3rd place runner, Adam Thompson, with just 3 laps to go. And that 114 is currently a lap down, running back in the 17th spot. As we now have 2 laps to go. Here from Michigan International Speedway. Jennings making his way off of turn to number 2, and he has a 3.5 second lead over 2nd place, Jamie Horn, who's also dealing with some lap traffic right now. We come down the backstretch. Horn trying to get around the 89 of Jeffrey Engel. And Christopher Simon has run down Adam Thompson, and he's there. As the white flag flies, we have 1 lap to go. And this battle for 3rd place is heating up. As Christopher Simon tries to look down to the inside of Adam Thompson for the final podium position. Thompson throwing a little bit of a block here as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Turn number 2, Thompson with a big wiggle off of turn number 2. That's going to give Simon a little bit of a run, but as they come off of turn number 4, Jonathan Jennings is going to win here at Michigan International Speedway. Jamie Horn's going to come home in 2nd. Final podium spot here as they come across the stripe. It's going to be Adam Thompson over Christopher Simon. And Kevin Powell coming home in 5th. But your winner here tonight, the 91, no stranger to victory lane, Jonathan Jennings, going back to back to back here on Tuesday nights. Jonathan Jennings makes his way down onto the front stretch. He's going to celebrate his win right here. See the famous Jennings celebration of trying to burn down those tires down the entire front stretch. just not able to do it there up on that banking. And it looks like he's going to drive that thing right down into victory lane. We'll take a look at our final results here from Michigan. Again, Jonathan Jennings getting the win. Jamie Horn comes home second. Adam Thompson in third. Christopher Simon and Kevin Powell round out your top five. Chris Leftwich comes home in sixth. John Smith in seventh. Stephen Bonomo in eighth. Lucas Edwards and Daniel Wilkerson round out your top 10. Bill Gentry finishes 11th. Michael Dow back in 12th. Eric Warman 13th. Jeffrey Engel and Kevin Brown your top 15. Steve Gerber brings it home 16th. 17th was Mark Dumont. 18th, Jeremiah Stutzman. Richard Leclerc and Mike Leftwich round out your top 20. Gary Amio 21st. Justin McMahon rounding out the field here tonight in 22nd. So as we get our top three down to the waiting room here, we'll remind you that our Tuesday night Racing League is brought to you by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations, try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, Doghouse Racing League is also an affiliate of Fanatics. Check out the link below for all your Fanatics gear, as well as the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out right for you by visiting thebuttkicker.com. As we get ready to talk to our top three, starting with your third place finisher, Adam Thompson. Adam, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
Man, great run for you here tonight. Showed a lot of speed, started in second. Thought you were going to have something for Jonathan Jennings here tonight. You fell back a little bit, able to drive back up. Talk about the strategy here tonight that landed you here on the podium.
Man, my strategy was learn this car. I've never run it before and wanted to give it a go. And I did not practice green flag pit stops. So when we came down for that first one, I just came in way too soft and ginger. I just didn't know what it was going to do. Like I said, I've never driven it before. So that cost me a lot of time. And yeah, really the strategy for me was just keep learning each lap how this car functions and not spin out coming off the exit, because it's really easy to do, especially later in the run when those tires are worn out.
For sure. These cars are a lot of fun, especially at a slick track here like Michigan, this old Michigan track. Talk about the lap traffic, though. I know towards the end of the race, you guys were in some deep lap traffic. You had Christopher Simon coming down, breathing down your neck. What were your thoughts there coming to the final 10 to go there and trying to keep your car going in the right direction there?
Yeah, he was fine. I mean, obviously it made me a little bit nervous because I had who was it? Chris behind me catching me, and I didn't want to be door to door, but he got by me quick. The lap car did, because apparently he waited longer to get tires, so he passed me, and then I got back in the groove and was able to hold off P4 barely. I mean, he was almost on my bumper. I think if we had one more lap, he would have got me.
Well, either way, you had a great run out there here tonight, coming home on the podium. First race in these cars, as you said, and first podium. So congratulations on that. Of course, Adam, before we let you go, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, of course. Shout out to Doghouse. I appreciate them letting me join tonight, and I just want to say thanks to you for putting on a show. People don't realize what goes on behind the scenes to put on a broadcast, and it's a lot of work. There's a lot of moving parts. You got to be on your A game, and I can't wait to watch it. But thank you for showing up and doing what you do.
Of course, man, I appreciate it, and you're right. A lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but man,
it's so much.
Well, I appreciate the shout out there, and again, hopefully we'll talk to you again soon as the season goes on.
All right, Josh, I appreciate it. And I also want to say congrats to the winner and congrats to P2, and I'll let you guys go.
Have a great night.
See you, buddy.
So that was your third place finisher, Adam Thompson. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Jamie Horn. Jamie, you got Josh on the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, I had a good speed car tonight. Was a little bit better on and off of pit road than Jonathan was, but just could not get it done here tonight. He seemed to be the class of the field. Was there anything differently that you think you might have been able to do to save a little bit of long run speed and try to run down that 91 here tonight?
Uh, I'm asking myself the same thing. I don't know. At the start of it, I should have tried a little harder to get around Adam at the beginning, and then that put me kind of behind right then. And with no cautions, it was just he got me a little bit on pit road by going in the lap before me, and then I tried to get him back on the next one. I gained a little bit of time, but just wasn't enough. And he was a good bit better than I was.
Well, I know you probably wanted a caution there to come out towards the end to give yourself a shot. Were you kind of surprised that there wasn't any cautions as slick as this track seemed to be here tonight?
Honestly, yeah. And towards the end of it, I was trying to back off a little bit just in case we had a caution, so maybe have the tires to get him. But usually I don't pray for a caution, but about 10 to go, I was really wanting to see one.
Yeah, and, it would have definitely brought some excitement here. But again, another second place finish. That should keep you in the points lead for now. It's going to be a tight battle there coming down to the end, though. So, of course, before we let you go, Jamie, anyone want to thank any shots you had to give here tonight?
Give a shout out to y'all putting on the broadcast each week. You do a great job as usual. Daniel and all the admins, the lead sponsors, my mom, and shout out to Jonathan on another win. I'm gonna get him one day, I promise.
Well, you got next. I forget where we are next week, but looks like we are at. I should have the schedule memorized by now. Next week we are going to move on to Rockingham. So another track that's a little unique. It should be a good one as well. How do you like your chances there?
I like it. I seem to do better in the on the short tracks with these cars. I was just telling Jonathan that I'm ready for a short track again after tonight. So I think it'll be a fun battle between us next week, hopefully.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium. Good luck next week at Rockingham, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You as well. So that was your second place finisher, Jamie Horn. Well, let's bring in your winner here tonight. Man putting on a clinic here at Michigan, Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Joshua in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, dominating fashion, won by almost 9 seconds. You just stretched out to a 3 second lead immediately because those guys behind you were battling. Man, what was the difference out there tonight? How were you? Was it just saving tires or racing line, or what was it that was able to get you around this slick Michigan track here tonight?
I'm really not sure. The track changed a good bit there after that midway through the second run. Got a lot tighter, so I had to kind of adjust my line. I don't know, but I haven't raced this car on this track. The car the setup's really good here for a fit setup.
And you had to work through a lot of lap traffic there towards the end of the race, especially a lot of side by side racing around you and in front of you. Did that kind of concern you at all, seeing those drivers getting a little sideways there in front of you?
Yeah, a little bit, but I kept it pretty straight. I did real good. Gave me plenty of room. A lot of respect for people that does that. So.
Well, I know Jamie Horn admitted he was praying for a caution to come out in those last 10 laps. Did that ever cross your mind? Did you have a strategy in mind if the caution was to come out there at the end?
No, I done used all my tires, and a good restart was the only thing I had until late caution come out.
Well, able to get the win here tonight. Next week, we move on to Rockingham. I know Jamie says he's looking forward to the short track. How about yourself? How do you like your chances next week at Rockingham?
I like Rockingham. It's going to be a little difficult with this car, but hopefully it goes well. We'll see.
Well, again, congratulations on the win here, Jonathan. Of course, before we let you go, anyone want to thank any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast. Daniel and everybody that makes all this happen every week. And Jamie on the good racing. And everybody for a caution free race, really. Kept it clean and all the week sponsor, Shoney. Oh boy, here we go. Shoney's Fanatic, Simpson Design Shop, and Group Fit, and Butt Kicker.
Awesome, man. Well, again, good luck next weekend or next week at Rockingham, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, man. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
That was your winner here tonight from Michigan International Speedway, Jonathan Jennings. Of course, I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, we've got a full slate of racing here on Intensity Broadcasting, as you know. Tuesday nights, we have the Doghouse Racing League. Wednesday night, we have, I believe it's 2 leagues on Wednesday night. I'm just pulling this back up here, our schedule. Yes, we have Thunderstruck on Wednesday night, both the tour mods and the late models. Thursday nights, we have this. I'm sorry, Wednesday night is the tour mods. Thursday night is the late models. Of course, we have the Thunderstruck mini stocks on Monday nights. And we'll be picking back up another league on Sunday nights come December 1st. So check out all the racing here on Intensity Broadcast. And don't forget to check out all the links down below for all the series sponsors and our partners as well. And of course, I want to thank everybody again for tuning in here tonight. And as our boy Atlee, Atman Weiss would say, over and out.